Would you take UConn or the field, or would you take UConn and Purdue or the field?
You know, I still think I would take UConn and the field. I like Purdue, but I've got to see Purdue go further in the tournament. I feel like those nerves, when you play in the tournament and you've got knocked out of the first round or the second round of the tournament, that impacts you. I don't care. You could say you're not thinking about it. As a player, that comes to your mind. As soon as things start to go left, you're like, oh no, here we go again. So I would take Connecticut over the field, but Connecticut has to play their A game. Their A- game might be enough. Their A game is enough. Their B game is not enough. You talked about Creighton shooting over 50% from the field, but Connecticut made some defensive mistakes in that game. They had 2 on the ball. They helped off the strong side corner on drives and gave Creighton some easy opportunities to get hot. So UConn has to bring their A game, but UConn's best.
Everyone's got to bring their A game.
Else.
Who doesn't have to bring their A game when you get to the tournament and try to win a championship?
Agreed.
You're not steamrolling the tournament by playing your B game. Look, a lot has to do with how the bracket lays out. Remember now, a year ago, not this past year, but the year before, UConn got bopped by New Mexico State, then turned around and won a national championship.
Agreed.
So that type of thing, just telling the facts. So that type of thing is possible. But look, you're going to have to play well, and you're going to have to be good teams. And if we look at college basketball this season, the unpredictability of college basketball will be on display in the NCAA.
I was going to tell you, it's February 24th. There's a line from Dodgeball that says, "Nobody makes me bleed my own blood." Like, trust me, when this team was down on the ground, you saw the tweet from Dan Hurley. Like, sometimes, you always talk about this in studio, you need a moment where you can capture your team's attention. And trust me, Dan Hurley has his team's attention after that loss.
You know, it is amazing, though. How did John Wooden win all those titles without having the wisdom of dodgeball at his disposal?
There you go. Hey,
you know,
classics.
we showed highlights of Purdue, another team that I think, when you talk about bleeding your own blood and a physical team, Houston.
You're the worst.
If Houston, the way they get up under you, the way they put pressure on you, that's something that Creighton did in the UConn game. If Jamal Shed and Emmanuel Sharp combine for over 40 and go to the free throw line 20 times like they just did against Iowa State, Houston is a team that I think is dangerous for UConn in the Final Four.
I was at that film session after Creighton. He got a pound of flesh. I can tell you that much.
When you get to the tournament, if you start bleeding somebody else's blood, that's when you're really in trouble.
Massive problem.